So hi, awesome ones. I know that you love my no-sew styling hacks that I showed you. So today I have 10 more for you. I'm so excited to show these to you. But let's get right into tip number 1. And I call this one ruching with a hair tie. I bought this green top, but I find it really lacks shape. I really like the color, so I decided to restyle it. So I decided to unbutton a few buttons here, and then all I did was I took the inside underneath the buttons and I took a hair tie like this and I just wrapped it around a few times, you know, making sure that it's tight. And then I have a top with a bit of ruching here, and let's take a look at the final look. So here's the before and after. As you can see, the before, it really lacked shape. I look actually bigger than I really am in it. And you can see how the updated look, it's got ruching, it's got style, and I did it all with just a hair tie. Now, do you remember in a recent video I was talking about these no-show sockets, and because I have big feet, and maybe this happens to you as well, they just tend to fall off my feet in my sneakers. But thanks to Sheila C, let's give it a shout out for Sheila C, she suggested that I cut off the ends of the no-show sockets and make a little bit of a sling back. I don't know if you could see that, but it's kind of like a sling back right now. And what I did was I wore these sockets with a sling back in my sneakers last weekend, and you know what? They didn't fall off once. So yay for Sheila C. Now for my next few tips, I found some amazing scarves. They're a little smaller than a necktie, but they come in different packages. I think there's 4s and 6s and 10s of them. They're all different patterns. And I bought one in a 6-pack and it was less than $10. So I want to show you some of the tips of this. What I'm going to be doing also, I'll be putting links for these kind of items below the description and also in the comments. And by the way, if you're liking these videos, please follow me and join our community here, and maybe even share this video with a friend. But let's take a look at the first tip that I have with these mini scarves. So here I have a rather plain purse, but what I did was I wrapped a scarf around the handle a few times, and then all I did was just sort of just let it be, and now I have a purse with a little more pizzazz to it. All right, let's see another scarf tip. So do you have a boring top that maybe doesn't have any shape and you want to add a little bit of pizzazz to it, and maybe even a little bit of ruching? Let's take a look. Well, all you have to do is just take a little bit of material like this and just tie a pretty bow on it. And what you're going to get is a little bit of ruching and a little bit more style as well. Let's take a look at the two of them side by side. So this top, it really lacks shape. It makes me look bigger than I actually am. And well, it's just kind of boring. So now, not only have I spruced up this rather boring white top, but I also have some nice ruching to hide my tummy. And these scarves are the perfect size for a headband, and the retro look is really, really popular right now, so I just kind of let the ends just kind of flow here. Let's take a look at one more scarf idea. How about tying one of these scarves around a hat, especially a straw hat? And I even did it with one that had an existing band around it. I just sort of covered it up for a little something different, and it's a great hack here. Also, I got another great hack for you about necklaces and a way to avoid a tangled mess. Now, I especially love this idea if you're traveling. You know how you're wearing a lot of the layered necklaces these days, and then they just end up being a mess, and you can't wear any of them because you can't untie them all. Well, all you need to do is get a straw. Hopefully you can see this here. And you take one end and you sort of put it right through the straw here. And then what you do is you just tie them together, and take a look at that. There's no way that that's going to tangle with another necklace. All right, for my next tip, let's talk about blue jeans. Do you have a pair of blue jeans in your closet like this with a bit of a flare at the bottom, but you just can't roll them up and make them into boyfriend jeans? Well, all you have to do is fold them over like this, put in a little safety pin, and then you can roll them up and they're nice and tight against your legs. And well, let's just see a before and after of this. So on one leg, I have, the regular bell bottom where I just kind of rolled it up. And on the other leg, I have a much neater kind of boyfriend jean look. And not only does it look better, but it will certainly stay up longer. Now I know that dresses are really trending right now and you want to wear one, but if you're wearing bare legs and sandals, you got the dreaded chafing maybe going on, right? Like I know all about that. So I have a tip for you, and that is to wear a pair of bike shorts underneath. If you might even have them in your closet somewhere. And by the way, I found on Amazon a 4-pack of underwear that's specially made for the chafing problem, and it comes in like a 4-pack of different colors, and also it goes up to a size 3XL. Now earlier I talked about traveling, and this next tip might really help if you want to pack light and you want to wear a top but wear it for casual and also for dressy. Now, a lot of you know this is one of my favorite tops, this crisscross top, but I always wear it this way. But it doesn't have much of a label on the inside, and I could even cut that off if I was really careful. So what if I wore it a different way, back to front? And there's enough room here because it's got a lower neckline over there where I could wear it that way and actually have some ruching with it. All right, let's take a look at what I'm talking about. Now, most of you know this crisscross top of mine. I actually have it in 4 different colors. So here I have the 2 together, and it looks like they are 2 different tops. This is great for getting extra mileage out of your wardrobe, whether you're traveling or not. So as most of you know, I just love what I do here. And what I wanted to show you today is just ways, tips and tricks that you can really liven up your existing wardrobe. And of course, I also wanted to show you how to wear your clothes more comfortably, like those no-show sockettes. And of course, hopefully you can wear dresses now without the chafing. And this is what this is all about here. And of course, if you have a comment that you wanted to just put in there, another kind of styling hack, I would love to hear it, and I'm sure the other women would too. So that's what it's all about. We're here to help each other and to cheer each other on, and that's what makes it just a little more awesome.